Is this the first time the committee's leaked, to your knowledge?
As far as I'm aware, yes. But all I know at this stage is that there are media reports this morning that appear to reflect some of the outcomes of the meeting, and that on that basis it does look like there may have been an unauthorised disclosure of information from that meeting. So it was proper for me to then make a statement to the House, just like any other committee would. Any member can raise an issue of privilege, saying that they believe that information has been disclosed that wasn't authorised from a committee. And the normal process then would be the Speaker would refer it back to that committee for its own members to discuss first, and then it could end up in privileges. In our case, it comes back to us as the Privileges Committee.
So privileges looks at privileges?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't know how you
But in the normal course it would go, quite often the Speaker would refer it back to their own committee in which the authorisation or lack of authorisation of information has occurred from, for them to discuss amongst themselves how they deal with the matter before they consider it any further.
Has it shaken your trust in your colleagues?
I hope that this will be the one and only occasion. We have a very serious job to do on privileges. The consequences of decisions that we make are very serious, and we need to make sure that we can have frank and open discussions in our committee meetings, any committee. So I hope that this is really an eye-opener to everyone to say, well, look, we need to remind ourselves what our responsibilities are and to fulfil those responsibilities. I don't want to go into any meeting thinking that we need to be careful on what we're saying when we need to have those frank discussions.
We've
got to have robust discussion.
Yeah, and you don't want to censor yourself.
No.
Have other members of that committee worrying whether or not their comments will be construed differently from how it appeared in the room or taken out of context.
That's right. But I'm confident that our committee will operate as it should. Everyone does take their role very seriously, and I think that hopefully that will be the only occasion that will occur.
And now, Yvette, you're not going to throw Michelle Grattan in the clink, are you?
No, I'm not.
Because that would be most unfortunate.
No, it is interesting though when you look back at some of the authorities and the powers that the committee has. That I was just today looking at some old sort of cases where in 1912 the media would be actually banned from the precinct, from the press gallery, on any occasion where a member stated that a report had been made by the press gallery that was erroneous or misleading.
We're to be banished.
Unless that reporter actually then printed that statement. So they were actually removed from the precinct on occasions in the past. So it's not something that has been used any time in recent decades, I think, but certainly there's those powers there. Well, it's actually two committees in one. So we have responsibilities as a committee for privileges and also for the Register of Members' Interests. So we have two roles there. I think the best way to explain privileges and the committee is first to understand why it's come about, which is that members and senators have privileges, right, of privileges and immunities under the Constitution to ensure that we can perform our job without any restrictions. What the committee does is make sure that those privileges are not abused.
Right. So and when you say that MPs have special privileges, that they can do different things to the community, what do you mean by that, Yvette?
Well, it just means that we can pursue on behalf of our constituents, on behalf of the community's issues, and make sure that we can air them fully without restrictions that maybe someone will take offence to this and try to prosecute us in court. It ensures that we're just not obstructed in any way from doing our job, but it's got to be doing our job on behalf of the public.